Hello and welcome to another Murders at Karlov Manor draft. I'm Paul Cheon, and we are still well on our journey to rank 1. We are currently sitting at rank 110 and hoping to climb the ranks. Before we start the draft, I do want to say that if you have been enjoying the content here, I did just launch my Patreon page. Check out the link in the description below, and if you wanted to, you can go and check out all the benefits you can get for being a patron of my content. Now let's head into the draft. Let's see what we get. Something sweet. Something bomby. This is a rare. It's unplayable. I am sad. Okay. That's an Anzrak's Rampage. This destroys all artifacts you don't control. Not really the type of card that you want. What am I looking at? Well, Karlov Watchdog is a decent uncommon. Auspicious Arrival is a great combat trick. But I kind of have my eyes on two red cards here. There's Case of the Burning Masks and Person of Interest. Person of Interest is just a really, really strong card. It puts two bodies on the battlefield, so it's just really, really hard to race. There's a lot of ways to put that benefit from going wide. So I think this is the card that I prefer over something like a Case of the Burning Masks. I think the double red on this hurts it a decent amount, but I do love Person of Interest, especially in red-white decks. This is one of the best 4-drops you can play in that strategy. Also, like I said before, or like I've said it previously, removal is just a little bit worse in this format. That case is good, but I have downgraded all removal just a little bit, and I'm generally tending to favor kind of more proactive cards. Here we have a lot of options. Novice Inspector, Hunted Bone Brute, and Person of Interest. I just don't pass Novice Inspector. That's kind of just, I'm not in the business of doing that, so I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not going to bid it. One simply just doesn't pass the Novice Inspector. The Hunted Bone Brute is a good card, but the Novice Inspector I think is just better. So let's go ahead and take that. There's a Person of Interest. I could see the argument for saying take Person of Interest so that you start the draft with double red cards, but I love me an Inspector, and if there's an excuse for me to cut off white, I will take it because I believe that white is the strongest and deepest color in the format. Moving on to pack number 3. Ooh, Show and Tell. If I get the World Spine Worm, we can make it happen. But outside of that, we have... This is definitely a weaker pack. We have Frantic Scapegoat if I want it to be on the more aggressive end. But I'm not the biggest fan of this card. I think I'd rather take something like a Museum Nightwatch. I think this is just an awesome card. Oftentimes, people are willing to trade your morph when you attack with their face down card, and then for 2 mana, you can flip this up, trade it with their face down card, get a 2/2, and then still play your own 2/2. That's the play pattern I do love, and it's the only white card in this pack, which means we can try to cut off white as much as we can by taking the Nightwatch. Moving on, we have Shock. Happy with the Shock here. It's the best common in this pack. Fey Flight is a nice combat trick. Night Drinker Moroi is also pretty nice, a nice way to beat people down. It just does a lot of damage if you can flip this up in a black heavy deck, but I think it's worse than Shock still. So we'll take the Shock and set up for a really nice red-white start. I'm pretty sure you've never seen this before, right? You've never seen anybody draft a red-white aggressive deck in this format. So I'm trying to get a little more creative here and think outside the box here. And yeah, do this. Moving on to this pack, we have Concealed Weapon, which I'm actually not a big fan of. When you look at this card, you think, hey, it's all upside. You just play it as a face-down card, and then later you can equip. That's great. I have not found that to be particularly that strong. So oftentimes, I'm just not a big fan of this card in my decks. I actually prefer... Interestingly enough, I like having the first copy of Haas the Vigilante in most of my aggressive decks. This thing has surprisingly overperformed for me, so I believe I'm going to take that here and continue to go down red-white. I can also see the case to spec on a card like the Runebrand Juggler and move into red-black if possible. But right now, that was the only white card in the pack, so I'm trying my best to cut off white completely so that I can reap the rewards in pack number 2. So hopefully the person passing to me is like, hey, man, I want it to be white, but I'm not getting any of the cards. So I'm going to hook you up in pack 2. And if you get a full pack of white cards, that's a good place to be. Now, I will say, admittedly, looking at this pack, perhaps Runebrand Juggler was the pack to take. was the pick here because black is pretty clearly open. So do I want to take the Moroi or do I want to take the Extracted Confession? I think I like the Extracted Confession a little bit more. So let's go ahead and take that. It's just a really solid removal spell. I'll take the Extract and keep our options open to being either black-white, black-white, or red-black, any number, any combination of these three. Here we'll take a Fester Leech. It looks like the Boros cards are drying up. That's a pretty late Repulsive Mutation and a Chalk Outline, and that's a deck that I want. I want to build a successful blue-green deck that utilizes Chalk Outline. We are so far removed from swapping at that point. I think if whatever colors we end up in, it's going to be within these color combinations. Fester Leech is an okay card, so we'll take it here. It does feel like we can be black-white if possible. We'll see. We'll let the packs kind of decide. I'm not a fan of Soul Search in general. I just don't think this card is something that you really want to be doing in general. So I'm going to take Hustle and Bustle as the Overrun effect can be used to some decent effect. So I'll take that there. Macabre Reconstruction, or it doesn't add up. Neither card I'm that interested in. So we're kind of all over the place here between kind of the Mardu colors. I will say, had we taken the second person of interest over the Novice Inspector, we would be pretty firmly in red-black, right? Because we would have taken the Runebrand Juggler. But it does feel like black is where we need to be. And we will figure out what the second color should be in the next few packs. Because it does look like white is being heavily contested here. It does look like white's being heavily contested, and the only color that I absolutely know that I need to be is probably black. All right, here there's a Yaris. We can't take the Yaris, although I love me a Yaris. I love a Detective Satchel, also great card. But for us, I think given that we are trying to move into black, recognizing that that's the color that's open, I think it's Leering Onlooker out of this pack. Nervous Gardener is pretty good. Auspicious Arrival is pretty good. But this is the best black card in this pack, and it's just an uncommon that I like in general. 2 mana, 1/3 flyer, decent body, blocks morphs, and at the late game, you can turn it into more flyers. And that, oh man. Yaris into Hide in Plain Sight. Oof. Oof. Somebody who's red-green is going to be super happy. Now, we didn't see much green in pack 1, so the person passing to us is definitely going to be taking this Hide in Plain Sight, and they're definitely going to be happy about it. Here, I'm going to take Novice Inspector. Best common in the set over Murder. Murder is just an okay removal spell, but Novice Inspector is enough better where I do want to take it here. And we can end up in black-white here, definitely. Taking a look at this pack. Wow, that's a Gleaming Geardrake. There's another Runebrand Juggler, so maybe there's just not a Rakdos player. There's no white card I want for my deck. And I'm not a huge fan of the Eliminator, but I suppose I can maybe try to make it work here. And we are looking to be black. I mean, I'm kind of looking at this Runebrand Juggler, but with double Novice Inspector, I don't want to get away from that. So we'll just take the Eliminator just because we know it's going to be in our deck. If we end up Rakdos, of course the Runebrand Juggler is a better card for our deck. All right, here we're going to take Sanguine Savior, and black-white it is. Black-white it is. Sanguine Savior over Murder. I do believe that the card is better, especially in black-white when you can turn this face up on turn 3. Love to have my first copy of On the Job on any white-based strategy. We have 3 1-drops as well, so it's going to be extra good here. Here I'm going to take Granite Witness over Ally Assailant. I think this card is just not very strong. Not a huge fan of Granite Witness when I can't hard cast the card, but it's still just a card that can potentially make our deck. So I'll take it here. And now we're just taking some filler. Really wish some extra black cards would have shown up here, but we're not getting any. Seeing some red. Like, I'm not a fan of just taking a bunch of these Basilica Stalkers. That's not really where I want it to be. I was really hoping that in this pack, we would get set up here for some of the black cards. We'll cut one, and this is kind of what we have right now. Not a huge fan of Agency Corner, so I guess I'll take a Soul Search. Don't really want to play that either. There's the Runebrand Juggler. I guess I'll take it because I'm never playing Cerebral Confiscation. I suppose it's not crazy to like put these cards here in case we end up going down this route. I should have taken the Polygraph Orb, although I probably don't want to play that card either. Okay, moving on to pack number 3. What do we want? This does not feel like a No Witnesses deck to me. It does not. I actually just don't even think this card's that good. I mean, if you draft kind of a more controlling strategy, I can see it being a thing. But like I said before, we are really prioritizing 2-drops. So I think I want the Seasoned Consultant, especially with 3 1s. This is going to get turned on pretty quickly here. So I'll take the Seasoned Consultant over No Witnesses and Slice from the Shadows. And we got past the Teysa. Okay. Yes. That's the black-white card that we want. Really, really happy about that. We'll get those red cards out of here. Teysa is phenomenal. Really great with Fester Leech and Leering Onlooker because it's really hard to block those cards early. And then you can get the damage in, and then you have Teysa in play. All right. That's the card that we wanted. That's one that we are very, very excited about. All right, moving on, we have a less than exciting pack. So I've never played this card, and I don't know if it's good. And it's the Barb Servitor. I always say bad things about the card, though. So do I want to try it, though? I mean, it's either that or a 3rd copy of On the Job. Do I want 3 On the Jobs? Maybe. You know, I'm gonna stick to my word here. I've always said Barb Servitor is not especially good, and it's probably not good here either. So let's just take a 3rd copy of On the Job. We are kind of lacking in tricks. And, okay, well, I don't think we're going to take the 4th copy of On the Job. Here, I'll just take the Meticulous Archive. I'm not a big fan of the Persuasive Investigators. So we'll just take a... I just like these on-color duels in general that go into our deck. Could be a Crovat Haunch deck. We have some flyers, and it makes some dogs, and we have double On the Job. And we have mostly creatures right now. So I'm going to try the Haunch over the Fairy Snoop. I haven't played with it much. I think it's just okay, but we'll take it there. Here we'll take Extract the Confession over Unscrupulous Agent. I think this is just premium removal in this format. And really happy about Snarling Gorehound. Yeah. I just completely forgot about that. That's another common that you want out of black. So it's this deck is kind of weird because we don't have a lot of 2s, but we have 4 1s. So we still have 14 creatures. That's looking okay. Let's take a look at our sideboard here to see if there's anything else. I suppose another Basilica Stalker. And yeah, black is open certainly from this side. We are seeing another copy of Extract the Confession. By the way, let me know what your experience has been with Barb Servitor. Have you liked it? Has it been good for you? It's mostly been pretty bad for when my opponents have cast it against me. Probably just have to play this 3rd Basilica Stalker just to get our creature count in the right place. Don't know that I'm going to play double Toxin Analysis. I don't think Case of the Gorgon's Kiss is playable, sadly, but I guess I'm never playing triple Toxin Analysis. I don't think I want to play the Investigators either. But white was definitely contested. Probably, ideally, we probably should have been black-red. That's kind of what I think we should have done. But let's put all the playables in here and set up what we want for our deck. Okay, so 15, 16, we're looking at, it's a pretty close spread. If we don't play this, then it's even more even. We have 2 black drops that cost 1 and 2 white drops that cost 1. I guess we'll do that, and then we'll make some cuts. Like I said before, I'm not a big Soul Search fan. These are just all the different 3s we can play. Here, I'll just put this at a 4 just for my eyes. It looks a little bit better. And then we can basically choose between a Toxin Analysis or On the Job number 3. You know, with the With all these 1-drops, especially cards like the Novice Inspector, using Toxin Analysis to kill a big creature seems pretty nice. And we're not going wide enough where I think I want the 3rd copy of On the Job. So let's just try this and run it. I mean, this was a fairly simple build. Didn't really have enough options elsewhere. And black-white. Haven't done that in a while. We'll see how this goes. Okay, let's keep this hand. Oh no, the tap land is hurting us. That happens. That happens. So the question is, do I want to play the Archive here or just the Gorehound turn? I'll just play the Gorehound. Look, if I draw a land, I can play the Onlooker. If not, I'm still getting in for 1. Let's play the Archive here. Definitely want that land. Neighborhood Guardian. Great, great card. We have Leering Onlooker. And we have the Haunch. Let's put that in the graveyard. Don't want that very much. Let's go ahead and attack with the Gorehound, and let's play the Crovad Haunch. Haunch? If you have 7 mana, it's a nice thing to... We wouldn't gain 3 life. Yeah, it's a nice thing to sack to the Eliminator. So if they play a creature, then they're going to be able to attack us for 3 with the Guardian. We'll take it. We can equip with the Haunch. But probably just better to play the Seasoned Consultant. And do we want this land? Probably. I think we want to just keep hitting our lands. We do have an On the Job here as well. Snarling Gorehound's never blocking here, but we can certainly keep our 1/3s back. Would have liked it better if this was a double black effect. Ooh, Due Diligence. All right. We're going to... Toxin Analysis is going to do some work here. The question is, which one do we want to kill? Is it Neighborhood Guardian or is it the face down card? And which creature do we block with? Oh no, of course it's the card with the Due Diligence on it. Let's block with the Consultant. Let's give it that touch. All right. So we can sack this to make some dog tokens if we really want, which isn't bad with On the Job. And it allows us to double scry. So why don't we do that? Because our opponent is also stalled on lands. So I want to just be able to put down a pretty good board here. Perimeter Enforcer is annoying. I'll keep the Leering Onlooker back. But let's go ahead and just make 2 1/1s here. Gain some life. Pay some mana. Get some Surveils. I'll take a Swamp. Ooh, Haas the Vigilante is interesting. That might be a powerful enough card where I just take it. 3, 6, 9, 12. Do I want the Vigilante? Yeah, I want the Vigilante. I think it's enough of a power. It's a powerful enough card where it should be pretty good for us. And then let's attack and keep the flyer back. And then I'm going to pass in case I need to do a defensive On the Job. The thing is, like, what if they play... Oh, Hide in Plain Sight. Okay. Hide in Plain Sight is definitely a card. Now, we do have On the Job. We do have Undercity Eliminator and Haas the Vigilante. We're going to crack a clue here end of turn. Oh, they're going to get a double... They're going to get a double trigger here. Wait, how many triggers did they get here? They get 2, right? So Neighborhood Guardian is going to turn the Perimeter Enforcer into a 3/3. So my question is, do I use On the Job to kill Perimeter Enforcer? Or do I use it to get in a good attack? I think this game's going to go long enough where I probably just use this to kill the Enforcer. I have another On the Job in my deck. And yeah, they gained a bunch of life that turn too, so. Let's play... How's the Vigilante here? And let us pump... I guess a Leering Onlooker. And we will chill. Feel like it's going to be hard for our opponent to get in a good attack here. The next turn we can use the under... Ooh, Killer Among Us. Okay. That's 3 pumps. This Neighborhood Guardian has been incredible. So blocking... So attacking for 5. Think it's just a chump with a dog. And now we have decisions. I think Undercity Eliminator is going to be pretty good here. We kill the Neighborhood Guardian and attack with the Vigilante and try to get something to happen here. So let's go ahead and play Undercity Eliminator. Crack a clue. Kill the Guardian. And attack with Vigilante. Yeah, we need to start attacking. But we can put a counter on a defensive creature here, though. So we can put that on a dog. And see how they block. They can block the Vigilante with a face-down card and 2 1/1s. I'm going to play this land here because we have this clue. So we have a decent number of blocks here. Our opponent's deck's pretty decent. I mean, Hide in Plain Sight, Killer Among Us. Lots of annoying little critters. Oh, and the Karlov Watchdog. Okay. Doesn't give them vigilance, though, so... So this is going to be a 4/4, or whatever. This is going to be huge. We can block a face-down card. This is going to be a 5/5. I can also double block this Morph. We'll just do that. They're going to attack us for 5 here. Well, we cleared all the Morphs out of the way. And... okay. Extract the Confession would be pretty nice. Another land, not so much. So how are we blocking here? 2, 4, 6. Yeah, we can't attack here, sadly. So we're going to pass. They have a lot of premium cards in their deck. Yep, the Vigilante gets in. We're going to block the Karlov Watchdog and this to stay alive. We'll go to 1. If they have a combat trick, we are dead. And they have a combat trick. All right, they got us. Yeah, they had a good deck. They stumbled. They briefly stumbled. And we weren't quite able to close the door. I wonder if I was supposed to use the +2/+1 spell offensively. The problem was the Perimeter Enforcer, like it was gaining them a bunch of life. Yeah. Well, okay, put it this way. It was looking good until they drew a land and played Hide in Plain Sight, right? And that just completely changed the dynamic of the game. It went from us thinking like we were ahead to being pretty far behind, I want to say. So I might have been able to get an extra point of damage or 2 with my 1/3 flyer, but outside of that, that felt like it was going to be pretty tough to come back from. Okay. I feel like it's just kind of customary now for us to just kind of lose early and then make a run at the end. So hopefully this means it's the beginning of a run. This is an okay hand, especially if we draw land number 3. We have Seasoned Consultant into Sanguine Savior. Couple tricks. Sanguine Savior plus the Haunch is pretty nice. Attack. Let's just play this face up. So we can equip the Sanguine Savior, create a 4/1 lifelink creature, and then, ooh, Meticulous Archive. Okay, they can still play a face down creature and block the Seasoned Consultant, and I can get that with the Toxin Analysis, which I think is what I'm interested in. Face down card. Well, let's see what we draw here. All right, we drew nothing. So let's go ahead and equip the Savior. Attack. They're going to block. Maybe they don't block. That's fine. Now, they might use a bite spell here. They bottom the bite spell. Interesting. Just a pass? All right. Well, I mean, they have something. Yeah, I know. Cutting edge analysis from me. They have something. All right. Let's attack with the flyer. And now we can play the Eliminator. But what do we sacrifice? Could also just get countered. It's also possible that the correct thing to do, because they're keeping up Counterspell, is end of turn crack the Haunch, make 2 1/1s, and then cast On the Job with Toxin Analysis. I think I kind of like that, actually. They had nothing? That's weird. Okay. Tunnel Tipster. I mean... Okay, never mind. Look. If they're just going to continue taking 4 in disguise, we just let it happen, right? What? Sanguine Savior too strong. I was like, well, they didn't do anything. So I'm just gonna keep pecking away in the skies and hope for the best. And the best did happen. The best did happen. You know what we need to draw? Let's draw Teysa. Off the top. Teysa off the top. Mountain. Okay. Not plains. Teysa. All right. Red, black. Runebrand Juggler? Unscrupulous Agent? Oh, their own Leering Onlooker. Okay. Do we block their Leering Onlooker? Probably. I mean, Toxin Analysis, I guess, is like the worst thing that they can do. There is the Runebrand Juggler. Okay. And the Frantic Scapegoat. All right, they are very aggressive. Okay. I mean, do we just... I guess we can just play this face down. We can block the Juggler with the Onlooker, and we can keep a double black available. So yeah, we'll do that. The thing is, if my Basilica Stalker dies, then I can extract the Confession and kill the biggest creature that they have in play, which isn't bad. If my Leering Onlooker dies, that's also not bad. Yeah, so we by not attacking, they only got to get in for 1, which is great, because look at the cards that they played. They are looking to try to close out the game as quickly as possible. It's another face down card. Are they going to give it menace? Okay. Ooh. That is a Teysa, friends. Let's attack. All right. Don't run us over. Don't run us over. I know they can kill the Teysa. I suppose they can kill the Teysa with this Runebrand Juggler, but they have to spend their entire turn to do so, and then we got a clue out of it, so it kind of slows them down. What is this face down card? I mean, am I happy just trading that for a Basilica Stalker, or do I want to get that to attack? The thing is, because they have the Runebrand Juggler available to them, I guess this could be that double strike. Oh no, it's got Menace and Ward. Okay, well, I guess we just take it. Yeah, so this is going to be a Teysa down. I think maybe I just played this a little too quickly. It's okay. I mean, they spent, like I said before, they spent their whole turn and we still got a clue out of the deal. And now we're going to be able to sack a suspected creature. Target creature gets -5/-5. Okay. This extract is not going to be great with that Frantic Scapegoat in play. Probably want to just play... Well, I guess I can attack with this and then play the Consultant. Keep up a double block and have Toxin Analysis if this is gigantic. See what they do here. Okay. So let's go ahead and play the Consultant and pass. I guess the Nightmare scenarios is if this is like the double strike card or something. The 3/2 Trampler double strike. But I'm just double blocking this face down card. And it looks like they're just going to pass. We'll crack the clue. Go to our turn. And, ooh, lots of options. Lots and lots of options. Huh. Is it just double face down card? I mean, they have nothing else in hand. All right. The only issue with this is they are the ones who gets to untap with all the face down cards. And we have no idea what any of them are. And we don't have access to Toxin Analysis this turn. So we just have to cross our fingers here and, oh no! Pyrotechnic Performer. Oh, and Basilica Stalker. Wow. Okay. And this thing has Menace. Okay, that's a lot of damage. And I don't know what this card's going to be. We can double block the Basilica Stalker, which is nice. This is really interesting. I think I just want to use this to tap down the Stalker, maybe? I really want to gain life. 5. Let me think. Yeah, I want to go up to 6. I think that is something I want to do. I can use toxin analysis here just to gain life. That might be correct here. Let's do that. All right. We're at 7. We're at 7. And then we can crack a clue. Okay, that's extract a confession. I mean, that's not bad here, right? Yeah, let's go ahead and cast this, see what they do. Okay. We can tap the Basilica Stalker, by the way. So that's good. Actually, I wonder if it's better to... because I can double block the Stalker. No, it's better to just tap. Hey, this is a great game. Great game. All right, so we can attack with some number of our flyers. I'm going to extract here and just for more information. So let's go ahead and extract and make sure they sack their biggest thing. So I have to do it for 6. So that's 6. So you can either sack the Performer or the Stalker, depending on what you want to do. Now we do have to be mindful that they can make 2 1/1 tap flyers this turn. All right, so they're keeping the Performer in play. Let's attack with the Granite Witness and the Basilica Stalker. Let's just attack with Granite Witness. I don't know what this face down card is. All right, they made some flyers. Now remember, so here what I want to do, like if they have a removal spell for the Witness, we can still face up the Stalker, and then now we can start attacking with the Stalker. Repeat Offender, okay. Let's face this up. Okay, that's a Novice Inspector. Let's get some extra information here. Crack a clue. Now we're still at 7, so we have to be conservative here. We can attack with the Consultant. Something like that, maybe? I don't think I want to attack with Leering Onlooker. Toxin Analysis definitely helps swing race situations, so let's do that. Oh, this, yeah. I mean, I don't know what this face down card is, but Toxin Analysis will help reveal that information. See how large this thing is. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. And they're going to kill our Granite Witness. Potentially. The question is, do I want to go to... So I can gain a life from the Basilica Stalker, and I can use this to still gain life off of the morphs. Oh, man. Yeah, let's just cast it. Granite Witness down. All right, Surveil. I'll keep. That's very good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're at 7 life. Rubble Belt Braggart. Okay. Super tight game here. Love it. I have access to 7 mana. Let's just crack the clue. Because I would love to draw a land here. Because that allows me to play both of these cards, potentially. Oh, extract the Confession on the Braggart. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's exile 6 mana worth of cards. Braggart down. And then let's play this face down. Let's attack with the Stalker. Let's face this up. Give it lifelink. All right, we're at 10. Turning it around. Turning it around. Repeat Offender is going to be able to get in for a decent amount. Next turn, we can go Haas the Vigilante on the Sanguine Savior. They can, turn this into like... I don't know why they're main phasing this, but they can turn this into a 4-3, I guess? Okay, we'll double block like this. Shock on the Morph. Okay, that's fine. Because the Leering Onlooker we can still use to make extra tokens. But the Haas the Vigilante here on Sanguine Savior is going to be awesome. We attack. They're going to chump the Basilica Stalker. We're going to go up to 13. Yeah, this is great. All the little bits of life that we gained. This Toxin Analysis went a long way. Toxin Analysis went a long way to help some pretty precarious spots that we got into because of the pyrotechnic thing that was in play. But here we are. All right, 2-1. Black, white, mid. Okay, we are on the play. I'll keep. We got 2 lands here. Extract Confession, Leering Onlooker, a couple of 2 face down cards. Definitely need to draw land number 3, and we did. So that's good. Playing against another black-red deck. Okay. Runebrand Juggler. I'm just going to extract the Confession here on this Juggler. Ooh, perfect. We draw a 1-drop to go with the Extract the Confession. So they sack the Juggler. We can play a Fester Leech here and then also attack with the Onlooker. Face down card. We're going to certainly attack with the Fester Leech. Wow. They just blocked with the face down card? Okay. I will take the free value. And it was a Dog Walker too. Oh my. Okay, another. Do you want to do this again? Wow, we drew 3 lands in a row. That's very lucky. Okay, no block this time. Here, we'll pump it up this time because we're going to be using all our mana here and playing the face down Basilica Stalker. Milled 2 swamps, which is good. All the lands were on top of our deck, but this is sequencing out fairly nicely here, but they still have a bunch of cards with their own face down card. But we have 3 creatures to their 1. If they pass, that becomes a lot more interesting because, well, frankly, we just don't know what they could have. I could flip up the Basilica Stalker, but that seems pretty bad as well in front with open mana. So I believe I'm just going to attack with the Flyer. If it's a Basilica Stalker, I could Toxin Analysis. And let's play another face down card and pass. They're probably going to flip this up now. Nothing? Okay. What on earth? Okay. This is probably a Wrath. If they flip this card over and eat my Fester Leech, I think I'm okay with that. And if it's the shady thing, then then that's also fine. Because it can't kill any of my other creatures. Because they're not going to have the mana to pay the ward. If it's a combat trick, I'm also okay with this. Huh. Okay. Wait, did they just lose their face down card? What was it? Oh, did this get solved? Oh, it's a 4/4. I've never seen this card flipped before. Never, not even once. It's a 4/4 Death Touch. 4/4 Death Touch lifelink is no joke. Well, we're not really blocking. Okay. I have a plan. We're going to face down the Museum Nightwatch. And we'll block Case of the Gorgon's Kiss. Oh, Unscrupulous Agent! Come on, I had a plan here. Repeat Offender, okay. Well, let's draw a card. Let's see if hopefully we can find an answer to this Case of the... Oh, we sure did. We sure did. That is awesome. Yeah, okay. So, let's see. We can flip over the Museum Nightwatch, then sack it, and kill the Case of the Gorgon's Kiss, which is what I think I want. That's what I want to do. They were leaning pretty hard on the Case of the Gorgon's Kiss, but we got there. Great draw from us. We also have like triple Extract the Confession that also could have dealt with that, but things are going smoothly here. 3-1 with our black-white deck. We drew really well that game too. We kept the 2-lander and drew like 3 straight lands. And one card, admittedly, that I haven't played a lot, and that's because I don't play black that much, is Toxin Analysis, and it's been decent. Turns out when you play a card that has Investigate attached to it, it doesn't take a whole lot, right? It really does not take a whole lot. So, I mean, look, it's possible I should have played that third copy, to be honest. I mean, it just replaces itself. And let's keep this hand. We don't have 2-mana creatures, but we do have 2-mana removal spell. Oh, no. Novice Inspector, though. Not what we want to see against double Extract the Confession here. Our hand is really weird. Yeah, you know, I'm just going to do this because I just need clues. I just need to find relevant plays here. I don't want to use... God. Do we Extract the Confession here? No, I'm not going to. Wow, they have quite the aggressive start here. Maybe I should have. Oh, man. Here's a 2-drop? Oh, my goodness. This is getting out of hand. All right, let's just... Okay, sack your scapegoat or something. I don't know. Oh, their automaton. They sacked their automaton? Their menace automaton? They like their goat? Oh. Okay, well this is just Boros doing Boros things. Goodness, and the case flips. Okay, well let's just play this face up. Hope they don't have anything else. That was a good draw, the Sanguine Savior. All right. Good job. Okay. We're at 2. We're at 4. Oh my gosh. Aurelia down. Here's our face down card. Let's block the Inspector. Okay. All right. Well, look. Sometimes you get Borosed out, right? Like sometimes this is where Extract is not necessarily at its best, especially when they have all those ones. Looking back, maybe I should have used that Extract, but I'm not sure it would have. Well, it would have been a closer game, but they just had an incredible start. And that's why Boros is best. That is why Boros is best. Aurelia, whew. They had all kinds of haymakers that game. Okay, we're on the play here, so we're going to keep turn 1 Fester Leech into Sanguine Savior and then some Basilica Stalkers. Hopefully that's good enough. 1 drop, get them. Fester Leech really good with the Extracted Confessions that we have. Nothing to do this turn, so let's pump it up. Ooh, well, we hit an Extracted Confession. Neighborhood Guardian, one of the best 2-drops in the set. Right, hit them for 1, mill ourselves for 2. And let's play a face-up Sanguine Savior and try to race them. Try to race them. Nothing interesting. Let's make them sacrifice a creature and attack. Wow, interesting that they didn't have a 3. Maybe they have a Wrath? No, it's just a person of interest, okay. I wonder if they block here. No? All right. Fester Leech doing some work. Ooh, we hit double Novice Inspector off the mill. All right, plenty of food here. Although we only have 1 Extracted Confession left. But now they're at 6. Person of interest certainly not at its best when you're this behind. They must have just a bunch of combat tricks. Okay, so that's a 5/5. All right, so we can no longer get in there. But now we can just flip this up. Attack in the skies. We're at 25 here. Don't think I want that. Yeah. Now they have to find a way to deal with both of my flyers. Yeah. Okay. So they had a really awkward hand. Turn to Unicorn and then just... I'm assuming it was like a bunch of on-the-jobs. Maybe Auspicious Arrivals. Like, it's probably just a bunch of combat tricks there. But we got to 4. 4 is kind of the goal. If you lose at 4 wins, you're only down 100 gems, and you can keep it going. So, happy with that with this this black-white deck. Fester Leech definitely did a good amount of work that game. All right, we are on the play. I got a Teysa. I'm gonna keep this. We need Swamp. We don't have a 2-drop, but we do have Sanguine Savior to play on turn 3. So the only the draws that are okay. So that was also a bad draw, but We really just need a swamp. Come on, swamp. Swamp off the top. Swamp! That was not a swamp. That was a meticulous archive. It's a turn 2 Jaded Analyst. Don't play Projector Inspector. Because if they do, then they can attack. They played Prof's Eidetic Memory. Okay. They played Prof's Eidetic Memory. Well, hopefully they don't have a way to draw cards next turn. Give me a swamp. Swamp. Not cool. Let's play the Meticulous Archive, see what we can find. Non-swamp cards can go to the graveyard. I actually think it's better to... Because if I draw a land, I want to play Haza Vigilante on the Sanguine Savior. So I do think it's better to just attack with my flyer than playing a Seasoned Consultant here. And just try to race them that way. Yeah, I mean, they had the nuts here, right? Like turn 2 creature into Prof's Eidetic Memory, into Projector Inspector. It is what it is. Like, this Prof's Eidetic Memory is fantastic. And we're just going to try our best to race it. That's all we can do. It's going to be very tough, though. Not going to lie. Especially if we do not draw a way to cast a Teysa. Yeah, this is sad. All right, attack you for 2, gain some life, play a Seasoned Consultant. They're going to play a second... Look, I'm happy, though, for my opponent. Because when you draft Prof's Eidetic Memory, this is exactly what you want your deck to do. So you know what? I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you got to do all the things. Because this is what everybody wants when they draft. It's like, hey, I first picked a sweet rare, and I want to draft around it, and I want to draw all these Projector Inspectors. They discarded out cold, which means we're cold. We don't have a shot to win this game, and we're going to take a bunch of damage. They probably have a second copy of Out Cold. And, yeah. Basilica Stalker. We even scried something to... Oh, man. All right, it's okay. This is Magic. It happens. It's all good. Happens to everybody. This could be an unreasonable doubt here. No. Don't think it matters. Out Cold just kills us. Could be a bounce spell here. Burden of Proof. All right, they're pumping their squad. But it looks like they had a nice little Detectives deck here. I mean, just Prof's Eidetic Memory plus Projector Inspector is good enough. I mean, this has to be another Out Cold, right? Oh, Crime Stopper Sprite, sure. They get to tap a thing down. I guess we're not technically dead yet. I mean, we're pretty darn dead. But we're not technically dead. And I want the opponent to show off and do what they do, blue-white detectives things. That's the best Jaded Analyst ever. Oh. Novice Inspector in the bin? Oh, man. That's how you know you're winning. Oh, wait, we're like literally dead. What am I saying? Why did I say not dead just yet? We're literally dead. All right, GG's opponent. Sweet deck. Prof's Eidetic Memory going off. Proof of how powerful that enchantment can be at 2 mana. So we didn't really make any ground here, sadly. We went 4-3, and usually at this rating now, if you go 4-3, you're going to break even. I think we need to hit 5 at least to kind of move upwards. But this was the deck. It was okay. Not exciting. But I thought it was fine. Curve was all right. Triple Extracted Confession. Toxin Analysis definitely did a lot of work. We didn't really get to go off with Teysa as much as I would have liked, but that was fine. I think just still the core of the deck was still fine. We started out the draft with a Person of Interest, and then we got a Shock later, and we were red and white, But then we saw some black cards late, right? We saw, I believe, a late Extract the Confession, and that kind of signaled that maybe black is open. And so we kind of kept ourselves open at that prospect, and black was indeed open. We got a late Fester Leech out of that pack, we got the Extract, and then we got triple Extract, and then we got and then obviously getting past the Teysa was also fantastic for us. And we ended up with, like I said, a decent deck based on the seat. We could have, I think the correct seat for our draft was probably red and black. We did see a couple of Runebrand Jugglers. It's not like red was super duper open, but certainly black was kind of where we ended up. So I think we were able to at least read the signal there and recognize that black was open and kind of moved in. Not entirely sure what the second color should have been, but I was reasonably happy with kind of the deck. Look, anytime you have double Novice Inspector, can't be too sad. None of our other white cards are that great, but we have double Novice Inspector plus Teysa. On the Job is a good card, and this is where we end up. So this was a pretty medium-ish looking deck. So 4 and 3 was about the expected result for this. Can't complain too much, and the climb continues. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Feel free to hit the like or subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. And again, as a reminder, I did just launch my Patreon page, so if you'd like to support support my content, obviously not necessary at all, feel free to check out my Patreon channel in the link in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.